Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Generation Y from 4:30 to 5:30 every Sunday from the Bradford studio. Today's topic is going to be about bullying, but before that I'd like to introduce you to my peers. Bilal on my left.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalam. And I got Talha and Dawood on my right.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalam. Today's topic is going to be about bullying, as I said. Bullying is a big thing. It's known to all ages, all age categories, old people, young people, even like people like toddlers get bullied sometimes in nursery, for example. In the UK, 3.2 million students have suffered or been in some form of bullying. It's a very big amount. There's 120 million people in the UK currently, but 3.2 million students is a very big number. And guys, I think, do you feel that the schools, government, teachers, parents, they're doing enough to prevent children from being bullied and bullying prevailing? Like now you see stuff to do with racism, like now for example in football they have the respect where they say no to racism. Do you think there should be something like that with bullying?
I feel like some big brands or some basically, some well-known individuals need to, they have done in the past, but I feel like they need to do it now more than ever because, that 3.2 million students, like you said, it's increasing and it's always increasing because, people like to push bullying onto a side, the issue of bullying onto a side, and they don't take it seriously enough. There'll be the occasional officer that comes over to your school and, will inform you about it throughout your school life, but at the end of the day, that reminder is only as a reminder for so long, and we're always looking at social media, we're always looking at these well-known individuals, celebrities, whatnot, and I feel like if they put it on their social media more often, then I feel like that number would rapidly decrease.
Yeah, I think bullying needs to be, it is targeted quite often in secondary schools, like we have anti-bullying week and stuff like that, but I think it kind of needs to start from a younger age because that's where kids develop the habits of bullying. So like in primary school, people come in and it's some, like Dawood said, some of that's often, not just once in a year or twice in a year, some of that happens maybe every month. You have a day or 2 days where you teach kids about bullying, the effects it has and how they can prevent it and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Like Dawood said before, 3.2 million is a large number, and I think schools do. Most schools they do prevent and they do try stopping bullying, by posters. But like Bilal said, they need more people to come in. Give talks and stuff, especially the younger ages because that's when it starts.
When with bullying, like, kids tend to want to avoid the situation, and knowing that it's a fact that 160,000 people, students, kids, skip school. Basically, they don't go to school. They'll skip days continuously due to bullying. That number just tells you that things aren't being done. Things are in place, but they're not. When I mean, like, they're not effective and they're not helping the situation. They're not making it any better. Because if that was the case, then why are these 160,000 students skipping days and avoiding the situation? Because if it was dealt with, why would they not want to go to school and learn and get an education, better themselves, and learn more about the different things that go on in lives and learn things and get good grades and get a career basically. It just shows that knowing that's learned, I just looked up that statistic and I felt that it just shows that not enough's being done. And if 160,000 people are not, they don't have stuff in place for them, it's not right. I don't feel like the government should take action, I think, personally.
I think, government as well, but also teachers. I think they should have more training days, especially on bullying as well. As a fact, 1 in 4 teachers, they think there's nothing wrong with bullying. And, all teachers should think there is something wrong with bullying and they should, again, try preventing that, try stopping it, teach the children regularly about it. So I think, teachers have a big part, especially in schools and colleges.
Like, there are certain teachers that obviously, a student will feel comfortable, confiding in, but, that only goes so far. It depends on, who else that student is going to tell, who that teacher is going to tell, and, to see if anything will come out of it, to see if the situation betters or, it just depends on so many things. But, if there were real effective strategies that were, obviously they are in place, but if they were, used more often, I feel like that number would definitely decrease, and I feel like a lot more students would be a lot more comfortable going to school because it's that it's the fact that, you know, they don't want to see them people that are bullying them. They don't want to see, you know, that constant abuse from them. They just don't want to go through it, and I don't think anyone should deserve to go through that either, you know. But, you know, them kids, obviously, they are going through it, and, you know, someone needs to do something about it, and it's just about getting them effective methods in.
Yeah, like every school, you've got like behaviour teachers that students should go up to and feel comfortable going up to, that manage these kind of situations. But it should like be part of every teacher's job, like not just to teach, but to also make sure that the student wants to be in school, make sure that there's nothing going on. Because if it's targeted right from the beginning, it never happens. Like we look at bullying after it's happened, and then we try to solve the problem. But if we look at it from the start, then there's no problem, and it's a lot easier to deal with it that way.
And it's not only bullying in general. It can be like, you know, like he said, constant bullying being constant. I think verbal, especially verbal abuse, is something that's constant. You know, if you're walking in town, someone nudges you by accident, you know, you'll have someone swearing at you straight away.
I think that's physical bullying.
But yeah, it's all but
no, physical bullying like that. When it becomes physical, it becomes a much more hot situation, becomes a very intense situation.
It's like it's like now.
It's
like now in Bradford there was a young lad. A lot of people know that little boy called Asad.
Yeah.
Asad Khan, his name was. He was bullied. He was a young lad.
Yeah.
He got bullied, and what did he do in action? He took his own life. It's just so sad that he'd go to that stage. Like now, being able to think, I don't want to live anymore. Knowing that you got a family with your family behind, and knowing that how it's going to affect them. Like now, come on, if you think about it, how's your mum going to deal with it? Your mum's giving birth to you. How's she going to deal with knowing that my son's taken my life? You're going to put your mum in that situation, thinking, what have I not done for my son? At the end of the day,
they'll be blaming
at the end of the day, your parent giving birth to you and suffering with you for you in that 9-month period, you can't pay her back, not once in his lifetime, not even a little millimeter. You can't even pay her back. That's how big it is. And that child's gone and killed himself, thinking, how's his mum gonna feel? And it just shows that maybe he shouldn't have done that, taken that such a drastic step. But what was in place, like what was put in place at school to prevent it? Like now, in my primary school, for example, they've got they call them buddies in my primary school. Or primary school used to have like buddies and stuff like that, and they'd help. Because they can't always go up to a teacher as an adult. You've got to go to someone your level. Like now, when you go to advice, you ask for your parent. But sometimes you've got to look at it. Your parents might have a different view on it, or they might come across. Like now, some parents are old, and you might not be able to relate to them and discuss with them. So you'll have to talk to someone maybe on your age with a bit of understanding on it and stuff like that. And it even just shows that. Like now, your friends, you should have a good set of friends, that'll support you with this. Like now with this Asad boy, it's just a bit sad, mate. Think what was friends like, and if you didn't have friends, why weren't the things in place to help him make friends and stuff like that? Because school should be a place of fun, enjoyment, and happiness.
Yeah, which it usually is, but you know, when you do get them rare occasions and you do find out that, you know, someone's being bullied, you know, even among your peers, you know, sometimes your peers see that, you know, you're being bullied, but they don't do anything about it, and you know, that it is really sad to see, because you'd expect like support from your peers, but it's a real like awkward and like weird situation to be in, and it's just, if you look at it from an outsider's point of view, you feel like it's really easy to overcome the situation. You feel like, you know, you can go to this person, go to that person, but at the end of the day, it's not that easy. Do you know what I mean? It's really hard for someone to actually come out and say, I'm being bullied, I'm, you know, undergoing all this stress, you know. It's really hard for someone to say that, because that's someone admitting to a fault, and I don't think any of you that, you know, at the end of the day want to admit to your faults, because I don't think anyone wants to, because, you know, people have that mindset where, you know, oh, I'm all this, so, and, you know, you don't want anyone else thinking less of your image. You don't want them thinking, you know, oh, he's being bullied, so he must be less cool, or, you know, she's being bullied by these other girls, she might, you know, she's not one of us or whatever. And, you know, it's just it's really sad and like really stupid when you think about it, because it's really not that hard.
I'm gonna ask you I'll ask you all the same question. I'll start with Bilal. You know, like bullying, it can be prevented by different things. What do you think that that someone, like for example, like parents or teachers, what do you think should have the say and like do something about it?
Parents, first of all, I think they need to make sure that they do their part as a parent, as in like raising the child right, making sure that they appreciate other people's flaws and not just take the mickey out of them and make them feel less of themselves. And teachers, like, as soon as kids come into school, teach them, the first thing that they teach them, not maths and English, teach them about each other, teach them about respect for each other, and how to like grow to learn and love each other, instead of taking like the mickey out of each other and telling each other like about the consequences of bullying and how big of an effect it can have on someone's life.
Well, Bilal, if your friends are going to bully you, they're not friends.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Talal, I'll ask you that same question as well. Who do you think should be the first line of defence?
Yeah, like Bilal said, you know, teachers definitely, obviously they show support, but sometimes it's not always teachers that can see it. Sometimes it's it can be due to cyberbullying as well. You know, Asad might be bullied online.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you know,
Definitely,
like
yeah.
the fact that 80% of teens nowadays, you know, they're regularly using their cell phones, and you know what happens. You know, everyone's got social media nowadays, and so you know it's hard to support. So you know, definitely the teachers come first, but also then his friends, you know, his friends as well.
I think friends can be bullies, because say you've got friends and then like you take mickey out of each other, and sometimes you take it as a joke, but it can turn into like serious where you don't say anything about it. Do you know what I mean?
because that person might not.
But then you won't see him as
They
a
might take
friend.
it
You
different
won't
way.
see him as your friend. It's like, now that was
They
my
are
friend.
your friend.
But
Like,
if dad bullies me, I think you're not my friend, mate. Dude, you.
yeah, but like if you
No,
say
but,
that,
yeah.
then you're not seen as cool. Sometimes to say in this group, you have to say things to each other.
Yeah, you have to
You know,
take that abuse and give abuse back.
Exactly,
But,
that's how you
but
build that
if-
reputation.
but the only way that happens is if you know that you have a genuine connection with that person. Like if you
Mhm.
if you know that you're actually friends with that person, then it's kind of seemed alright to do that. And that's because, you know, you've known each other for a really long time,
Yeah.
and you know you're actually really good friends. But sometimes, you know, when it's someone new who's come to the group and they try taking mickey out of you, you're like, wait a second, who are you? Because, you know, these are my friends. I don't know who you are. You can't be my friend because, you know. And it said that, you know, one in four kids nowadays are like, they've experienced some type of bullying, like whether it's cyber, whether it's physical, you know, whether it's verbal, they've experienced some type of bullying. And you know, it just shows that it's not like localized to like a city or a certain type of people, but it's actually like it's actually generalized to a lot of people. And if you ask, you know, some other people, it's actually, you know, relatable. It's a relatable topic that a lot of people might not talk about, but they can definitely, you know, relate to. They might not talk about it, but they can definitely relate to it because they've experienced some type
Now,
of it.
you know, in schools, like now we've talked about schools do what they have in place. Like now, a common practice in the UK, they have anti-bullying week, where from certain days they might dress up in all blue to show that no to bullying, basically. Like there's no to racism, there's no to bullying. Do you think it's any benefit just coming in blue with your clothes and just coming in blue, basically? Like, you see the point of it?
You see, I think that it does have an effect. It seems like a really stupid idea, but it does have an effect because, you know, that colour, it raises awareness. So, you know how, I guess, some charities are associated with a specific colour, like say for example, Al-Hair is known for a blue colour. Like, as soon as you see the colour blue, you'll assume that something to do with Al-Hair, you'll remember Al-Hair. And also, you know, with this anti-bullying week, if you're wearing blue, then you'll be associated with blue. So basically when you see them people walking around in that colour blue, you know, all outsiders will know that, you know, that colour is associated with anti-bullying week, and it raises awareness because more people see you wearing blue, they'll start wearing blue, other people see them, and it's a knock-on effect. And, you know, more and more people get involved, and that's how awareness increases. And that's how, you know, it should be. People should know about it.
Yeah, it's like now they do memes and stuff, so they should be like bullying is love or something like that.
Yeah.
Innit? So it's like now people start.
Yeah, it's on
laughing at it.
social media, definitely. Yeah, that's exactly how they should do it.
Yeah, it's like obviously when you see, like Dawood said, it raises awareness. When people see people wearing blue, they're gonna be like, oh, why are they wearing blue? Or anti-bullying week, what's that? What effects does it have and stuff like that.
I get you. It's just that maybe I think they have like the non-uniforms, so they haven't like to show that it's something that is special. Because like now you got to go in uniform every single day, and they're like, you can't come in. No, like now you wear say orange shoes to school, and they're like, you can't wear orange shoes. They'll send you home, or they'll make you wear some black pair of shoes. And it just shows that this day is important and that bullying is important by them making you dress in blue. So
it's a bit like
I feel
you know,
like,
the funeral of Assad. Like people, you know, with white t-shirts. you know, which said
Because
stop
people
bullying.
think of white, they think
And
of
you know,
innocence.
especially
innocence.
at that time in that film, it definitely promoted the idea of bullying. That, you know, bullying needs to stop, and especially what happened.
Yeah, on social
definitely.
media, we've seen a lot of things that bullying is like a really serious thing, and there was a lot of pages that were created, and a lot of people like learn more about bullying.
And news as well, media.
Yeah, it's like now,
promote it.
it's like now bullying has a big effect on the child themselves. Moving on to that, I was gonna say like, say there's a bright child, he's got level 5s, even 6s at SATS level in year 6, and he's come to secondary school, and people go to new secondary schools like now, they've gone to school where they do not want friends that have there and they're on their own, and they say they get bullied. It'll have an effect on their education in the sense that they won't do as well, you know, like now they'll have that, they'll feel depressed, and that'll have an effect on them, you know, like it's a sad thing that someone with so much potential is gonna have other people bullying them and it's affecting them. No one has a right to take someone's education away from them or the way they feel. It's that person's alone, and I feel like it's a big thing. Like now people say murder, when you kill someone, you've taken away their life. Even bullying's on somewhat on the lines of that, because you take away, you take away their
You're taking away something from that person, yeah.
confidence, and how hard it is to build confidence. Do you get it?
So, you know, they put in a lot of effort, and, you know, for someone to just come and break that confidence, it's honestly so heartbreaking, because, you know, because all that effort's gone to waste, and that student or child will never ever be the same again because of that incident, or, you know, because of that constant bullying. They'll never ever be the same again, and it's just really sad to see, you know, someone change because of an incident like that, you know, and you know, no one deserves that. No one should change just because of, you know, bullying from another type of person, or, you know, certain types of people, because you're an individual, you are unique, you should be who you want to be. You know, I'm not gonna be bullying Tala for being one type of person and bullying Bilal to be another type of person, because that's stupid. Yeah. Because, you know, you're unique, you're your own person, you're gonna be who you want to be at the end of the day.
I think that's where like social media and popularity has a big effect to play, because it's normally you have to be this one person.
Yeah, like this fixed personality.
Exactly, and that's seen as the new cool. And I think in secondary schools and primary schools, I think they need to be taught that being unique is good, being different is good, because it takes you on a different path to success.
It's like now, people being bullied. What advice would you give to them? Like, say there's a viewer like now watching, and they're thinking, well, you know what? You've told me that I've got bullied. You've told me what people have done in the past. You've told me who should be helping me. But how can we help ourselves? Like, what advice can we give to people out there if they're being bullied? What can you say to them that take these steps or do this?
I think definitely, you know, you're supposed to tell someone first, even if it's parents, it's teachers. You're supposed to tell someone, like, in the case of Asad again, I don't think, you know, he told his parents much about being bullied. So, you know, definitely tell someone, even if it's parent, even if it's a friend that you trust, teachers, you know, someone needs to be there to help you.
I feel like you could tell your friend, but at the end of the day, because that friend is your age, there's only so much that they can do, and I feel like the best thing to do is probably tell your parents, because no one is going to love you more. They're the ones who are really just going to be there for you, so you should definitely tell them first, and, you know, then
the parents should tell the teacher.
Yeah.
We're going to go for a short break, guys. Stay tuned in, don't go anywhere, and we'll be back shortly.